Good afternoon and welcome to the SportWrap show. My name is Limba Mupetami, and before we delve into the order of the day when it comes to sport content, let's have a look at today's sport pages. On page 7 of today's Namibian Sun, you can expect to catch some international news, of course, looking at the Africa Cup of Nations. And on page 8 of today, NPFL signals March as start date, as well as some news on swimming, as well as the under-20 rugby squad that has been announced. Now, getting into detail with today's headline story, the Namibia Premier Football League members will meet today at 6 o'clock to discuss the possibility of kicking their season from March to July 2022. Now, the league director, Mapos Fries, explained the decision to call a meeting while waiting for FIFA's directive, stating that it's just a move to set themselves in motion for the 2022-2023 season. Now, Fries said this after Namibian Sun obtained a memo yesterday. The invitation comes in the wake of a visit by FIFA, which met local stakeholders in an attempt to understand and resolve the infighting in Namibian football. Also, just moving onwards with rugby news. The Namibia under-20 coach, Chrisander Botha, has named the squad to represent Namibia. The group are preparing for the Rugby Africa's annual Jean-Luc Baths tournament to be held in Nairobi, Kenya in April this year. Now, also, whilst we are on the topic of rugby, Namibia is out of the Currie Cup. The president of the Namibia Rugby Union, Corey Mensah, said he confirmed that the Namibian Velviches will not be competing in Division 1 of the Currie Cup this year due to high cost. Now, the Namibian team was expected to pay for travel fees and accommodation, and these seemed to be quite a lot of money for the squad. Namibia planned to use the tournament to give exposure to local young players to raise their game level and exposure as well. And looking at athletics, Namibia's president, Aaron Nimwaka, is impressed with the overall quality and growth of local athletics events, saying the increasing inflow of raw talent from all parts of the country is testimony to that ascension. Now, with that, let's take a break, and then once we get back, we have more sports news for you. Welcome back from that break. The Olympia swimming pool in Windhoek will host the 4th Bank Windhoek Gala, the Bank Windhoek Long Course Gala this weekend. A total of 137 swimmers and 68 relay teams between the ages of 7 to 65 will compete in this year's swimming season, Curtain Racer. Now, 5 clubs will compete, namely Aqua Swimming and Fitness, Marlins Aquatic, Phoenix Academy, and Swakopmund Swimming Club. To just share a little bit more on that is Nikki McNamara, one of the organizers of the event. So take a listen to this interview, and right after we will take a break and be joined in studio by Rivaldo Kavanga from Spotify. Well, of course, the gala of this weekend is expected to, they will literally host a lot of young swimmers at the Olympia swimming pool. Also, visitors can enter the pool as well and just catch a glimpse of how the swimmers will be performing, as well as, you can take your children along so that they can maybe just fall in love with the code, which is swimming as well. And that, of course, is in Windhoek. So just have a look at what Nikki has to say about this weekend's event. Can you just share with the viewers how long you've been involved with swimming?
Sure, I've been on the committee for about 4 years now, but have probably been involved with swimming as a parent of swimmers for about 10, 12 years now, so quite a long time.
Okay, now speaking about swimming in Namibia in particular, how has the interest been so far and the development of the sports over the years?
Swimming has definitely been increasing over the past couple of years. Obviously COVID set everything back for everyone, so there hasn't been that much growth in the sport in the last few years, but the committee, we're really trying to make sure that the sport grows, and not just on a competition level, but on a learn to swim level as well. We had one of our members go up to the north this December, and she helped teach over 65 children and adults to learn to swim. So water safety is also a part of our prerogative and high on our priority list. But in terms of competition swimmers, we generally have seen a massive increase over the last couple of years. So we're very happy with how things are going and hope to take us further.
Okay, this weekend's action, what can one expect? Perhaps just some of the names to look out for?
Sure. This weekend I think will be a mixed bag. A lot of the swimmers did not train over December and January, so they maybe have 2 weeks of training under their belt before this gala. So it's going to be a mixed bag. Some kids are just going to literally be out there to swim, and others are going to want to really achieve. Names to look out for in the girls: Reza Vesterdane, Kulan Bernarda, Nicole Redeker, Ariana Nakoshu. Those are a few of them. In the boys, definitely Oliver Durant, Mika Berger, James Langford, Luisa Zhao. There's quite a few good names out there, and a lot of our really young swimmers. There's a couple of 6-year-olds and 7-year-olds that are just starting out, so they are keen to get into the water and to achieve.
All right. Speaking about the weather, you know, the rain in Windhoek is quite unexpected, but obviously you plan for that. You'll check the weather. Have you guys done that? Yeah.
As far as possible. Look, these dates are set, you know, a year in advance. Basically, is the date of the gala, and we continue as far as possible. And even in the rain, if there's no thunder and lightning, we actually continue swimming through the rain. So, but if there's thunder and lightning, we obviously safety comes first, and we have to get the swimmers out. Then unfortunately there's no postponing. Then the rest of the gala is potentially cancelled, or you know, we just move forward to the next one. In the event of this gala, it will be unfortunate because it's the last gala to qualify for the long course nationals that happens at the end of February. So if there's swimmers that haven't managed to achieve qualifying times in one of our previous galas, it will be unfortunate if the weather gets in the way this time.
All right, and lastly, is there perhaps a message for people who want to come in and watch the swimmers?
Absolutely, it's open to spectators. Anytime you can come in, Friday afternoon and Saturday morning, we'll be there. It's quite good fun, and there's a lot of relays set up for Saturday, so those always bring with a lot of excitement, a lot of cheering. So yeah, come in, pop in, see what it's all about. It's a very, very well run show, I must admit. The swimming works phenomenally well in Namibia. They really stick to their schedules, and what they say they are going to do at what time, it generally happens. So we are very happy. So come have a look. We're there.
Thank you.
Good day and welcome back to your favorite segment, that is Spotify. My name is Rivaldo Kavanga, and today I'll be taking you through the show as we firstly head over to the Ramblers Football Academy in Windhoek, where they hosted a 5-day team selection and player trial this week. The team was graced by the presence of Claudio Bellazzani, the technical director of the WWS Sport Scholarship Program, and Italia Calcasio Coaching Federation. Bellazzani selected 14 Namibian players that will travel with him all the way to South Africa to join a camp with other African prodigies before leaving for Italy. Bellazzani says he's quite impressed with the talent displayed by the young Namibians and says that they have a lot to improve on to become world-class players. Bellazzani works with some of the biggest league clubs in Europe, including AC Milan. We got a moment to catch up with Bellazzani. Please stay tuned for the following interview. Apart from also working with some of the biggest clubs, including AC Milan, Bellazzani has worked with most of the top 5 leagues in Europe. This includes the Premier League, Serie A, La Liga, Ligue 1, and of course the other major leagues. He says he's in Namibia on a 5-day trial, looking at players and what talent they have in order for him to select 14. He actually already selected 14 Namibian players to go with him to South Africa. We now head over for an interview with him.
Good afternoon, I'm Claudio Bellazzani. I'm Technical Director of WWW Scholarship and ECC, Italian Coaching Calcio project. And now we work in collaboration with the Ramblers Academy. And we're doing an amazing camp, 5 days. We are here to looking for a new talented player, to choose the player that we think they are ready. They can have some possibility to come in Italy to do trials and to try maybe reach their dreams. Here, during the 5 days of training, I saw a lot of good player, good skill, good physical, of course. And they need just a little bit improve in speed, mental rapidity, mental reaction, in tactical movement, how move, how help the guys, you know. But we're looking for the way to do collaboration with the academy, the Rambler Academy. We keep in touch every time. And of course, I selected 40 players. 14 players to come in South Africa to get specific training with all selected players from all Africa. That will be ready in the next, I think, April, May, to come in Milano to do trials. Yes, with different several professional clubs.
So, coach, are you only taking 14 players or how many players?
14.
Okay, so you already selected them.
Yes, watch. This is the list I can show you, but so I believe in this guy. There are, I think, another 10, 15 players that now maybe they are not ready, but maybe in the next 6 months they can improve. And my work is don't stop today. I will come back. I think every 1 month, 2 months to do the same activities. So to understand the working, and I still in contact with the Russell, and the way I send him some different training, some different drills, that integrated method that develop all factors that the guys they need to play soccer today, because it's different. Today the soccer is very faster with the physical and faster than the mental. So there are a new methodology that improve this factor, this mental factor. So we keep in touch and we try to do our best.
Quite amazing to see that 14 Namibian players will be given the opportunity to go to join Bellazzani in South Africa and then Italy. Now, looking at some of the youth sports action that you can expect during this weekend. This weekend will witness the NTA Junior Tennis Tournament that will take place in Windhoek. Delta Secondary School also started hosting the athletics today and will to host it during the course of the weekend also. We also have some exciting golf action scheduled to take place at the Windhoek Golf and Country Club. Quite a sports-filled weekend. But then that is it here from us at Spotify. We look forward to seeing you on Monday again as we bring you an update of all the sporting activities that will take place during the weekend. Remember to also stay tuned and glued to our social media pages as we bring you all the updates during the weekend. We now head over to Limba to take us through the show.
Thank you so much, Rivaldo, for that brilliant insight into what we can expect when it comes to the youth section of sports locally. Now, looking at the Africa Cup of Nations, we've had some upsets already, as we look ahead to the quarterfinals. The big guns starting to eye the title. Now, the group stage saw the shock exits of both Algeria, reigning champions, and Ghana as well. Now, the latter meant we witnessed the equally surprising progression of lowly Comoros, who put up a battle against the host nation, which is Cameroon, a game overshadowed by tragedy outside the stadium in the round of 16. Now, across 7 other ties, there was a fair share of flair, along with a hefty dose of care not to be outdone in the final minutes. Tunisia managing to hold out against Nigeria, sending the popular Super Eagles home early. And where does it all leave us? It's the quarterfinals, of course. The quarterfinals set going with kick-offs with Gambia playing host country Cameroon on Saturday, and that is followed by Burkina Faso against Tunisia. Now, the quarterfinals on Saturday will also see the likes of Gambia going up against Cameroon, as I've said, and then Burkina Faso as well, and then Egypt versus Morocco, Senegal versus Equatorial Guinea as well. Now, the AFCON 2021 semi-finals will take place on the 2nd of February, that is a Wednesday, and then on Thursday with the final on Sunday, the 6th of February. Now, of course, very, very exciting news, of course, for the guys who have been following the AFCON tournament. And, of course, a lot of people also now starting to bet on who might take the title. Right now, I'm not sure who I put my money on, but I think Cameroon might just, cause an upset right there, just keeping the title, of course, as their host. Now, of course, if you come to the likes of Tunisia, also a country not to be messed with when it comes to football. But overall, I think also there might be a little surprise as well with the likes of Gambia also, just trying to keep it in there. Now, moving on with rugby news, the Blitzboks are preparing for the 4th tournament of the 2022 World Series. The HSBC Spain Sevens in Seville this weekend. Now, if you look at some of the guys that will be playing, there's a guy called Human, and he is rather a playmaker for his side, and he said that he is keen to contribute to their system and to add value as they go forward. Now, if the system is functioning properly and every member in the squad is contributing, the results will come, and that is a rewarding feeling, he said. He also said that whether you start the match or come off the bench, your responsibility remains the same. You need to make sure you put your teammate in a better position and you make sure that you have his back. Now, the 26-year-old Human captained the Blitzboks twice in the past, including in their HSBC Canada Sevens tournament victory in Vancouver last year, and said he's comfortable in his current role, providing backup to Branko Dubi or Sylvain Davids. Now, moving onwards, just talking about the South African Premier League, and also just talking about Mamelodi Sundowns. There has been speculation about Ethiopian international Abubakar Nasir, who is most likely to sign with the South African Giants. Now, Kickoff understands that Nasir has arrived in South Africa with the intention to put pen to paper for Sundowns. Now, Nasir was due to report for training as well this week, and the 21-year-old attacker, who has now already scored 23 goals in 29 games in the Ethiopian League, he was also the playmaker, or rather the player of the season last year for his team. Now, if all goes and if all is true and Nasir is to join Mamelodi Sundowns, he will be playing alongside Namibian international Peter Shalulile up front. Now, Shalulile is the current top goal scorer at Sundowns, as well as in the Premier League with 13 goals. So it will be really great to see how the two combine up front. Now, before we close off the show and today's edition of the SportWrap show, I'd just like to mention that PST Bet, our segment sponsor for Monday, is rather looking forward to receiving emails from you. Now, what they do is they're running a corporate responsibility program in which they pick someone who is in need in the community and then they aid that individual. Now, in the details, or rather in the post of today, you'll see and find all the details as to where you can send that email, just detailing your struggle. Now, of course, now that has brought us to the end of today's show. Please do catch us again on Monday as we bring you a highlight package of what has taken place over the weekend. And of course, this weekend is going to be a thriller because there is so much happening. There is rather triathlon, there's a triathlon, there is swimming as well. So just some of the things that you can look forward to. And with that, we've come to the end of today's show. Goodbye.
It's going to spin out to Mahrez now, and it's tucked home!
Get in! Who scored?
I did.
Sports fans know, whether you bet a little or a lot, with PST Bet, you're not just watching, you're playing.
Yes!
Who won?
Me!
And with over 1 million paid out to winners each month, your life can get very interesting. So kick things off by going to pstbet.com. And if you don't get your winnings within one business day, we'll double it. Why watch when you can play at pstbet.com?